Hello, good morning, and welcome to the J. Richard Varvel Morning Show. Actually, it's the JRV Morning Show. I'm still getting used to that. So today, I know it's a little bit last minute notice, but I wanted to have a soft start, if that makes sense, for this new live show, because I am still getting used to being in front of the camera, as well as this is unique in the sense that it's live, and so there's no stopping and starting and starting again anyways. Usually when I shoot things, at least the videos that I posted last week, I was usually, I wouldn't say usually, but a few of them took probably 2 or 3 takes before I felt comfortable with what was there. But I also did the whole take at once. Like I wanted to make sure that the video had a whole energy, like an overlighting energy that was intact by doing the whole video at once and releasing it with no breaks or cuts in between. But that's just how I like to do it, and that's just how I'm doing it for now. So who knows how long that will go. So I wanted to, while we're waiting for Facebook to find lovely people to join us, let me go off camera here real quick. I brought one of my oils today to put on and to have a moment with while we're waiting for everyone to join, if anyone actually joins us this morning. And if in the future you're not, like if you weren't able to see, okay, we're back. So somehow I haven't moved, and my Wi-Fi signal is strong, but for some reason there was some kind of glitch. So that's something that I'm gonna have to get used to, and for those of you that when we do get to the point watching it live, in those moments that the screen happens to go blank, I'm not sure what happens on your end, but I can only assume that the screen goes blank. And when that happens, just please give the technology a few moments to do what it needs to do to get to come back online, so that way we can be together. And I'm going to keep the show going even if nobody decides to join today, or no one can join, and I totally understand, because I did not promote this right before I went on. And I did do that on purpose because I've tried a couple different formats, a couple different backgrounds. I tried to add in even more technology, but it was just a bit too much trying to keep it all going while knowing that I would be live and wanting to really maintain my focus there. So this week has been a fun process already for me so far, getting used to or practicing and deciding what is going to be best for the show. And I feel like it's going to be something that evolves and unfolds and changes as we go, as more and more people find the show and get involved and want to participate. So before I get any further, I have an oil, and this one is the first oil I blended. It's called Divine Blueprint Activation, and I have it here as energizing and remembering your energy. And what I mean by that is each one of us has a spark of the divine that we come with to this planet, to this experience, and it's for us to expand that light. It's for us to be that light. It's for us to play and investigate and become a detective of that light within us, and how to allow it to grow and expand. And I have to say, as you get more and more comfortable growing and expanding your light, it's something that really happens naturally and I wouldn't say effortlessly, but there's a certain flow that once you're in your flow and you're aware of it, things can happen pretty fast, and there's a certain amount of it being automatic. Just seems like the wrong word. It's not quite automatic, but at the same time, it's natural. There we go. It's natural and organic. And so this oil is designed to really help you get in touch with your very own divine blueprint, allowing you to expand your own very unique light into this world and really put a stamp and mark on it. with your creations and with your talents and with your gifts. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple drops on. So the bottles right now that I'm using have Euro droppers, and they're these, it's this little top part that connects to the bottle. I like these bottles because if you were to drop it, all the oil isn't going to go everywhere. I did do a little of experimenting with the eyedroppers, and it was far too easy to have an accident where the whole bottle could pour out all over the place, as well as the little squishy thing at the top didn't really hold up for as long as I would like it to. So I felt that even though the Euro dropper, you have to be a little patient when you're getting started with the bottle to get the drops to come out. It's worth it because you don't have to worry about it going everywhere, just in case you have a moment where you spill something. So you go ahead and put a couple of drops on. And then in order to activate and start to work with the oil, we're going to rub our wrists together. And I like to put it on my wrists instead of my hands, even though you can put it on your hands, because if you happen to forget that you have the oil on your hands at some point and you rub your eyes, at least with my eyes are very sensitive, and so it can be red and irritating. The jojoba carrier oil that the essential oils are in allows it to be placed on our skin without irritation. But even still, I would always put a little drop on first and try it on your skin before you put it anywhere else on your body, just to make sure that your skin personally isn't going to be irritated. We all have unique and different skin and different things that we're sensitive to, and so it's important to try those things out and do and to just get to know ourselves in that way even better. So anyhow, after you rub the oils in and get them warm, you're going to want to take in a nice deep breath and take those oils in. And I have to say, this one for me is very grounding and sweet and nurturing. And it really gets me in touch with that part of myself that hasn't been so easy for me to get to know, because I feel like in this world, it's been about at least in my younger days, I should say, it was really about, you can't cry, or you can, but you need to, pull it together. You can't, be a sobbing mess, and you have to be strong, and that means as a man showing no emotion, and and you have to be willing to be rough and aggressive, and that was something that, for me, I didn't get involved in sports. The only sports I did when I was younger was soccer, when I was probably like 5 or 6. And after the first season, I was like, no thanks. And then I did gymnastics in junior high, and that was the extent of my sports. And so I never really had any real sports, situations like in high school or college, and it's just something that's never really interested me. And yet we live on a planet that is very interesting, and it's for many people, and it's one of those things that a ton of people are gravitating towards even now. And that, I have no judgment on that. It's just something that has just never done it for me. Let's see what I want to say about that. This whole life thing is interesting, keeping the conversation going, especially in this way where it's new, and I haven't got a place where many callers are calling in for interaction. But it's all good. It's good for me. This, I have to say, has again been something that has brought up some resistance. And now that I'm here live, and even though it's just beginning, and really it's nothing like it's going to be probably even a week from now. that it's awesome. I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited, even though I haven't got a call yet. And just so everybody knows, that call-in number is 661-800-5878. Again, that is 661-800-5878. And I want to go on my Facebook page. I have my computer here too, so I could, when the comments really start rolling in, I'll be able to see them on my computer and have a better way of managing all that. Because on the computer screen, on my phone that I'm doing the filming on, I've done some research, and when the comments come in, especially when they're coming in fast and furious, they just scroll through, and so it will be great to have my laptop here for me to be able to keep track and not have to be so focused on reading every comment as it goes by the screen as I'm working on videoing. So back to sports and back to me just for a moment. So I never really was ever taught, because I've had, my grandfather and my stepdad were the extent of my male figures, and even though my grandfather was in my life for a good portion of it, he wasn't my dad. And my stepdad was only in my life for a portion before he transitioned, and my real dad was never a part of my life. And so I never really had that insight or that understanding of how to be a man. I didn't have a male figure when I was little teaching me how to use the urinal and be in the locker room and be comfortable and how to be in this man's world. I didn't learn that, and I have to say, now that I'm 38 years old now, I'm really great with that, because it allowed me to have a different view of all that. And I use the word different because it's not a better or less than, it's just what I said, different. And that has given me my own unique view. And so I have had, it is a little bit scary. As a little kid growing up without a father figure, especially in this world where it's men, it's all driven by men so far, and women have been systematically put down and been put in places subconsciously and consciously in these less than positions, and that has really thrown quite a bit out of balance, because I don't see a female dominated system or a male dominated system as something that's great, because it's lacking the balance of everything in between, and it's really not honoring the strength and uniqueness of the entire collective if we're only leading from an extreme place, or only leading from where one group of people are held in higher esteem than a whole other group of people. And in this reality, it seems to be the case that there's a few that are at the top of the echelon, the elite, that are the ones that we're supposed to be in awe of and look up to, and the rest of us are just normal, or just part of the rat race. We don't have a whole lot of power. There isn't a whole lot of things special about us. So, we're just doing what we can to survive. And I see a lot of that happening, and I see a lot of that being perpetuated. And I have to say, that's what's causing a lot of the pain and suffering right now, because when we ascribe to those limiting beliefs, even if we don't even know them to be limiting, because it might be all that we know at that time. Give me just a second. That thought came and went, and so let me recheck in here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to wrap this up because I just realized, and this is part of being live and realizing that time flies. So it's 11:20, and I'm like, how did that happen? I totally flew through the 11:11 period and didn't do the meditation. So I really feel like that is important. So even though we missed the 11:11 opportunity, I did want to do a little bit of a little guided meditation here. Especially today, because the energy is a bit off the charts because of the U.S. election that happened yesterday, and depending on which side of that fence you happen to be on, if you chose a side, that you may or may not be very heartbroken, and as well as there's just a lot flying around online right now, and the energies are high, the intensity is crazy, and when that happens, especially when we're highly charged emotionally inside and really feeling lost and hurt, when that volcano erupts, it can just be wow, and we can end up saying and doing things that we may not really want to do if we were in a more calm, cool, collected space to say and read the energy that we're in. So, so that's why I want to do the group meditation, because I would like to provide a space for all of us to join collectively, those who would like to, the light and peace and harmony. And even though the outer world may not be, from our perspective, reflecting those things, doesn't mean that they don't exist or that they aren't possible. So I'm going to have you close your eyes, and we're going to use our imagination to connect within. So I want, again, to have you close your human eyes and become of yourself within yourself. And I want you to grow roots from the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet down into the center of Mother Earth. And as you do that, I would like you to say hello to Mother Earth and express your appreciation and gratitude for being here in this now moment. And wait for a response. Mother Earth is an alive being, and she is always here to connect with in this way. And she has unlimited love and unlimited support and ways to nurture us. If we continue to connect with her in this way, she will show us more and more. Thank you, Mother Earth. Now I want you to begin to become aware of your heart space. That's in the center of your chest. And a gold and silver ball of light that is there. Begin to expand the gold and silver ball of light. Bigger and bigger and bigger. This is the infinite light within you that is you. Growing that spark. We're growing it past your body. We're going out 10 feet past your body. The sphere has completely enveloped you. This is your energy. This is your essence. This is your unique flavor of the divine. And we are acknowledging the fact that it is more than just our body. We are more than just humans. Although being just humans is amazing. But there's so much more for us to uncover and awaken to within us. And this exercise, this meditation, is part of a practice that is expanding that light energy, that God essence within us, to be made manifest here on planet Earth at this time, through us. Imagine that, through us. We're that powerful. And now I would like you to take the time to imagine oceans and oceans of the violet flame or you can also imagine it as a violet color or a violet ray, blazing through in and throughout the entire earth, inside, outside, the skies, the atmospheres, and expanding oceans and the oceans of the violet flame and ray out into the solar system, expanding it out further past the solar system and allowing it to grow and expand out, engulfing the entire universe that we live in here. Really cleansing and clearing and transmuting any lower vibrating energies, and allowing us to fully radiate our balanced and harmonious love, unconditional love, and compassion for all. And one of the only ways we can do that is when we are in a place of peace and neutrality, even in the midst of chaos and suffering. Right now, I'd like you to take a deep breath. Another one. One more. And last, we're going to, from our heart space out, envision oceans and oceans of a rose pink fog pouring out of our heart space, filling the sphere that is engulfing our body, that is us, our energy us. And allow that pink fog to expand out past our ball, and envision it to just fill in the entire earth, inside and out, the solar system, and allow it to continue to grow past the solar system out and to envelop the entire universe in this pink fog that is representative of unconditional love. And it reaches and touches everyone. And it's around and within everyone. And it's just a matter of, do we say yes to it? And right now, I say yes to it. Do you? At this time, I want you to become aware of your fingers and toes. And I want you to open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you for joining me for this time. Even though you may be watching it in a time that is not live. So that's that. Thank you so much for joining me for as well for in. Let me take a deep breath. Thank you for joining me in this live meditation, because by us joining forces together, regardless of when timing-wise that happens, we are setting a collective energy of a higher vibration for all of us collectively to tune to, that is can be looked at as a bird's eye view above the rough and tumble of it all, so that way we can really see what's really going on here, so we can make collective changes based on all the information and not just bits and pieces being thrown at us. I'm surrounding you with much love and light at this time, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for the JRV Morning Show. This is your host, JRV. I'm going to get used to it one way or the other. This is your host, J. Richard Varvel. Have a great one.